what's going on, everyone? Today we've got game 2 in the tournament versus Harrison Bergeron. We are playing on the Solingen Factory map from the Finest Hour DLC. This was my map pick. Harrison chose nation and he went with the Soviets. I did take the Germans as a natural counter, and we are looking to hopefully finish this one out here and to move on to the next round. So let's see what we can potentially do here with this one. So I chose Solingen Factory because I know the Axis side seems to be a little more advantageous, especially for this middle point that we're looking at here. We have a center wall that kind of divides the point, and the Allies are pushing through pretty much a big factory. They don't really have any buildings in the center. There's one that kind of splits the point in a way. But the Axis do get these nice buildings that just kind of overlook the point, and setting up some machine gunners in these top windows, you can just kind of look straight on over the wall and right on into the kind of the Allied zone of the point. So I was hoping to potentially get map advantage here, and we're going to see what we can do with this. The last time I played on this map in a tournament versus Meow, I actually went with the Finns, and we did pull away with the victory in that one, but the Finns did not have the same firepower, obviously, as the Germans do. So I wanted to get some MG42s up in these windows and then go from there. So we're rushing out to Grenadier squads, straight to the middle, sending a guy over onto our point to cap it. There's some explosions in the distance, and it looks like Harrison's taking out walls in the back leading up and then kind of in between the 2 points, which I guess is actually kind of an interesting idea, giving him a little bit more easier movement. And he did roll in with the sapper squad as well with the flamethrower, so I immediately know he is all around. So that will be very fun to deal with. And we did take him out. I'm going to try to pick up this flamethrower here, but we're a little capped for room and we missed it the first time around. But we do get it successfully. We're going to burn out some of these guys that he's already got in this building. We are out to an early 1-0 lead, as he's pretty much pushed his entire sapper squad into the middle. I don't know, he may have also pushed his reinforcement squad into the middle as well, the second squad, but he's yet to put any pressure to cap his point. So for now, I mean, we'll just continue to kind of slowly chuck away at the points here, which is great for us. And we do have a third Grenadier squad coming up now, so I'm going to get some of the guys set up in this building to kind of overlook this kind of in between the 2-point area that he's kind of pushing through. And we're also going to call in a Fusilier squad with some SCPs. But this is a very micro-intensive grenade map until the central wall is taken out by one side or the other. He's going to just kind of sit back and throw grenades. I'm going to sit back and throw grenades. Both of us can kind of reach each other for the most part. Although he does have, I think he may have a little bit more of the zone on his side. So that might be a little bit of an annoyance for me. But we have done fairly well to at least just kind of neutralize it. And now we're going to make our push and see what we can do. I want to put some pressure as quickly and as soon as possible. And this squad that I'm bringing up should do it, although we do run into an MG operator who does take out 3 of them. So that's slightly unfortunate. But we do make it into the this compound. We do lose one. He's got a couple guys laying around. And he is captured now. There's also a additional truck coming, so that will be slightly frustrating to deal with. But I'm hoping I can maybe get some cheeky shots here. Let's see. I see the see the tail light in the distance, and then jump out of first person, and there it is. We do some damage to the crew, but he does Let's pull away. And it looks like he's also blown up the walls in the meantime. So now we've got open lines of sight. It's kind of a good area, kind of a bad area. The line of sight is directly through where he's going to be pushing now. So, I mean, it's pretty smart. Because otherwise, he'd be rushing through... Like, the only way that he can kind of rush that area now is through the factory without getting sprayed by the MG42s in the building as they come. And we are going to bring in a half-track of our own here. He's got a dish gun rolling through. We'll bring up a half-track, which is hopefully going to shred this infantry. And with the 5-minute mark, we will go with the Puma, as we are playing with the all-round doctrine ourselves. And I went this doctrine for tier 2 potentially. Depending on where we're at, I have the option for the artillery signaler. Just kind of play for time on the points. And then if we do make it to tier 3, my plan was to technically then go with the probably the Stuka Zufus. Could go with some pretty heavy tanks, but I don't really know if I need it on a map like this. Going with the Ag Panther, so I think we'll be all right with some artillery if we need it. I do like me some rocket arty playing as the Germans, so. The Dishka does go down to the half track. And we are going to put some suppressed fire, so I'm doing Shift S with that. And they're going to suppress pretty much anywhere in that kind of general area that I click. So it's going to make any of his infantry kind of duck down. They do waste some ammo, especially if you don't kind of manage it. Like one of these guys is still just kind of shooting. But it's a very good way to put some damage very quickly. And we've done fairly okay at reinforcing our lines up until this T-70 just rolls through. So I know it's his DP buy, because it does have he's got an SMG guy on the back of it. We get a lucky Panzerfaust to track it, but it looks like we may have actually hole broken it. Because the guys do jump out of it there. So T-70's down. This is DP by. Looks like the half track is shredded anything that's coming to the middle here. We did call in some Jaegers as well, and I'm actually going to push them further up. Try to get some flanking shots and get into this side of the compound. Just get some straight crossfire in with the MG as well from the half track coming. So we'll push these guys up, get into some nice positions in this corner of the compound. The point. And get some guys behind these doors because they're going to have to either shoot us from the point itself, so they'll have to push up further, or they're going to have to rush out of the factory to then get us out of there. And I am telling the people to finish off the T-70. I don't want him repairing that at all. Let's take it out. But I am not firing it, so considering I did told it to just attack it continually, it's just playing into it still. So we will stop it now. You see a rifleman coming out to the right. So I'm going to call in another squad over there, just to kind of reinforce. And then I do reorient two of the Jaegers that I had called in over there. Building tanks a Panzerschreck. And got that half track out of there just in time, thankfully, too, for that. And we're going to call in our own AT detachment onto this right side. Other than the one guy, there really hasn't been anything on this right. So I'm kind of thinking I might have a chance to push up even further. I'm going to try to sneak the Shrek into the back. But he does have a field howitzer, so he's going to start taking out some buildings. Slightly unfortunate. And And he's got guys in the factory. So, I'm saying, can't really get the guys behind these big steel doors and the brick walls, so he's got to kind of push out. So I can kind of just keep him here, and unless he directly micros it, anyone that runs out should hopefully get gunned down by the MP40s. But at just about the 10-minute mark now, we are doing fairly well. A 550 lead to 237. So that early kind of cap weight with him not capping his point initially kind of helped us in a way. And I'm pulling up this squad as far as possible. We're gonna even get some guys in these buildings and potentially get some of these guys into this back factory. Especially some of these dudes that have Panzerfaust, potentially ambush here. We do run into, looks like some guys in the back line. You see a T-20 with his field howitzer. We do get one guy into the back factory though. And I was gonna get him into the second one, but looks like I'd have to go outside the building. I don't really trust that, so we'll keep him in there for now. Move up the AT team on hold fire along the riverbank. Get them up as far as we can. My whole goal, knowing that he is all around, is he's probably going to go with the KV-85. So I want to get that Panzerschreck team up there early so that I can kind of maybe get a sneaky shot once it spawns. But we've got a pretty nice dug-in position in the middle. Still definitely have cap weight. We've got plenty of guys laying around. He is making a little bit of a push through his point though on the south side. We are going to have to be kind of wary of that, but we do have the Puma close, so if we need to utilize him, we will, like so. Gun down the squad. Coming up. Try to take out the good outpost here, but it tanks a couple shots. Crazy. I figured HE was from it, but I guess it's just too small of a caliber. Slightly unfortunate. So that guy is just tanking shots. And he's pushing up through this southeast side of this compound, which is slightly annoying. We've got some pretty big holes in the lines on this side. Although we do have a guy out. Just kind of watch. Just in case he's doing the same thing I'm doing. But we're going to call over a Gevertager squad to that side. So that should hopefully reinforce. And the Puma gets slightly stuck. These Western Front maps with their walls and buildings are quite tricky sometimes. It's like the Panzerfaust, I would figure, or Panzerfaust and Panzerschrecks, it's like a 50-50 sometimes on whether they actually take down a building or, you know, put a hole in the building. Very crazy. So I would have figured normally they would, but I mean, I guess it could make sense with the Western Front maps and kind of the buildings and terrain. Well, I guess not terrain, but like the buildings and the way they were constructed in Western Europe versus Eastern Europe and Russia with you know, the wood buildings and everything. Obviously, factories are a bit different, but he's rolling up with a. Sure what was going on there. I don't know if it was a misclick or something like that. Pretty sure we're on his host. Actually wasn't terrible. I could be wrong though, but he does use the field howitzer to take out the gas because he's worried that I was going to crew it, which I would have if it lasted a little bit longer. So that was kind of a wasted, unfortunate buy for him, especially with losing it, driving it straight up into my line. I'd had to have been a misclick. But we are less than 30 seconds away from tier 2. So I'm starting to get ready for that. Slightly thinking about it. And we have reinforced the line on the left as well. So tier 2 is here. Wish I had these guys a little bit further up. I would have wanted to get them into the building first before tier 2 rolled through. Because now, as we can see, he's got his KV-85 and a light tank. Either a T-60 or a T-70 rolling through, one or the other. So he went double DP by there. I wanted to get him into that building, but he's got infantry rolling up, and I know he knows where I am. So we rush into this building, and we just kind of prone there. Just kind of praying that he doesn't check it. I'm going to re-angle the half-track right outside the building. Oh my god, if I can just get this timed perfectly to deal with both of them. But I do notice this guy coming. He throws a grenade in. I don't know if that was the KV or the grenade that does it, but I don't know how he saw me. Or if he even did see, maybe he did see me and it kind of gave me away, or maybe he was just guessing that I was in there, or maybe he knew I was in there. But oh, that would have been so good if that worked. So considering that plan failed, we are going to pull up the Jagdpanzer IV here. We're going to get this guy up and some additional infantry up to our point, the bridge. And we're going to get these guys reacquainted onto the point just to ensure we do have cap weight. I don't think he's got anyone coming. We're going to smoke out as well and try to push these guys up further if we can. He does have a mortar as well. So he now has a field howitzer and a mortar here. He's making a very concentrated push from west. T-60's kind of just held up. I do have to take it out with the Jagdpanzer IV. He's rolling up with the T-20 onto the point. I'm going to try to get the Puma around. We do have some Panzerfausts and Rifles laying around as well. It looks like he's got another squad coming in for my point. Mouse just goes low. Incredible aim. Right under the track. So unfortunate. But he's rushing in. We are at 9:54 though. This should be game as long as we can hold the points. I don't know if I think my thoughts here on his end, it's definitely the I think the Dishka truck was okay. I think the gas truck was questionable buy decision. I don't mind the field howitzer buy. I think the mortar was a bad buy at this point. I needed more infantry to get into the point quicker, kind of decap. We needed to play a decap game. The way it played out, I don't really think there was anything you could have done to like push my point more. But usually I'd always recommend pushing, not placing. Best defense is a good offense. And now the Jagdpanzer is going at the KV. He's rushing in guys to try to get in, but that will be game. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching this one, and we are on to the next round.